Drop a glass and it shatters, but you will never see the pieces leap back together. Time only runs one way, and the reason is hiding inside a cooling cup of coffee. Watch this. I drop a glass, and it shatters across the floor. Now run that backwards in your head. Shards leaping up, reforming. Feels impossible. Absurd. Wrong. But here's the thing that kept me up at night. Nothing in the laws of physics forbids it. Almost every equation works perfectly forwards or backwards. A bouncing ball, two colliding atoms, run the film either way and it looks fine. So why does our world have a direction? Why is there a past you remember and a future you can't? Stay with me. The answer rewrites what time even is. Meet the secret villain of this whole story. Entropy. Forget the scary word. Entropy just means spread outness. Counts how many ways you can arrange something. Picture your bedroom. There's one way for it to be perfectly tidy, but millions of ways for it to be a mess. So left alone, rooms drift toward mess. Not magic, just counting. Order is rare. Disorder is common. Now back to that shattered glass. A whole glass is one neat arrangement of atoms. Shattered, there are countless messy arrangements that all look broken. Smashing moves it from the rare state to a common one. Unsmashing would need every atom to reverse perfectly at once. Possible? Technically. Likely? Not in a trillion universes. That's the whole trick. Time's arrow is a game of ODDS. Drop ink in water and it always spreads, never unmixes. Each molecule wanders randomly, but spread out has way more options. Hot coffee cools, it never spontaneously boils itself. Heat always flows from pack to spread. Always. Scientists gave this one-way rule a grand name. The second law of thermodynamics. It says, in any closed system, total entropy never decreases. It's less a law and more a near certainty, like shuffling a deck of cards. A brand new deck is in perfect order. Shuffle once and it's almost certainly messy. Keep shuffling forever and you'll never deal it back in order. Not because it's banned, just absurdly unlikely. Now scale that up to trillions of atoms. The odds of disorder reversing become unimaginably tiny. That teeniness is why time feels like it flows. Every melting ice cube, every cooling star, marches the same direction. Forward in time just means toward more spread out. But this raises a deeper, stranger question. If disorder is so likely, why was there ever order to lose? Why did the universe start tidy enough to run down at all? Because here's the wild part.
The past was special.
Stupidly, almost impossibly ordered. And everything since has been the slow unspooling of that order. Time's arrow points away from that first tidy moment. So where did that impossible order come from? Rewind the whole universe all the way back. 13.8 billion years to the Big Bang. Everything that exists, packed unimaginably hot and dense. And here's the twist nobody expects. That early universe was incredibly smooth, evenly spread. Smooth usually means high entropy, right? Mixed and bland. But gravity flips the rules. With gravity, smooth is the rare, ordered, low-entropy state. Gravity wants to clump things together. So the smooth early cosmos was a wound-up spring. Stay with me, because this is the real engine of time. As gravity pulled, matter clumped into clouds. Clouds collapsed into the very first stars. Each star burns by increasing entropy, spilling light into the dark. That starlight is the universe spending its original order. And that spending is what powers, well, everything, including the sunlight that grew the plants that became your breakfast. You are riding a wave of entropy flowing downhill. Every fire, every heartbeat, paid for by that smooth beginning. Cause and effect only run one way because entropy does. Knock the first domino, the rest follow. Never the reverse. That cascade, from order to disorder, is the flow of time. Okay, but why do we only remember the past? Why no memories of tomorrow? Quick anchor. The best twist is still coming. Keep watching. A memory is a record, a little bit of order in your brain. To make a record, you must increase entropy somewhere else. Writing a memory burns energy and dumps heat. So records can only point toward the lower entropy past. The future has no records yet, because it hasn't cost anything. Your sense of now is entropy being written, moment by moment. Cause before effect. Cause leaves the record. Spill milk and you remember the spill, not the unspill. Every clock you own runs on the same one-way leak. A pendulum, a battery, a melting candle, all spending order. Even your body is a tiny, temporary island of order. You stay tidy by making the world around you messier. Life isn't breaking the second law, it's surfing it. Every thought you think nudges the universe toward disorder, including the thought you're having right now. So the arrow of time isn't ticking somewhere out there. It's running through you, through everything that changes. Now for the question that gets truly unsettling. If entropy always rises, where does it end? What happens when the universe finally runs out of order? Fast forward, far past the death of every star. Trillions of years, the last stars flicker out. Galaxies drift apart into the cold, growing dark. Everything cools toward the same dull temperature. No hot, no cold, nothing to flow. Physicists call this the heat death of the universe. Maximum entropy, everything finally perfectly spread out. And here's the eerie part. With nothing changing, there's no entropy left to rise. And with no change, time itself loses its meaning. No glakstik, no before, no after, just still. The arrow doesn't reverse. It simply has nowhere left to point. But don't despair yet. That's unimaginably far away. And some physicists wonder if it's truly the end. In an infinite, still cosmos, rare flukes could happen. A random jiggle could, by pure chance, create order again. Maybe even a tiny pocket of a new beginning. It's wild speculation. Not proven, just a maybe, but it hints time's arrow might be a local thing. Maybe our forward is just one bubble's downhill slope. In another pocket, forward could aim the other way. We honestly don't know. And that's the thrilling part. But here on Earth, the arrow is crystal clear. Let me bring this all the way back home. That shattered glass you saw at the start can't reassemble for the exact same reason stars shine. And the same reason you remember reading the start of this. One smooth, ordered beginning, spending itself out, forever flowing from rare order to common chaos. That flow is what you call the passage of time. You can't run it backwards, because backwards is just unlikely. Wildly, cosmically, beautifully unlikely. And that unlikeliness is a strange kind of gift, because a one-way river of time is what makes stories possible. Beginnings, middles, endings, all need an arrow. Growth, change, even getting to learn this needs time to flow. A perfectly reversible universe would be frozen and storyless. So the next time you watch something break, or melt, or cool, or simply end, you're not just seeing a mess. You're watching the universe's clock actually tick. Order becoming disorder, right before your eyes. That's time. Not a thing, but a direction. The direction the universe is spreading out. From an impossibly tidy birth, toward a quiet, even end. And we get to live in the lively, messy middle. Burning a little order to think, to feel, to wonder.
That's the deal time makes with all of us.
A one-way ticket and an incredible ride. So no, the glass will never unshatter. But knowing why might be even better than the magic. Because now, you can see time itself flowing. Hiding in every cooling cup. In every breath you take. Time's arrow runs through you, right now, and it only points one way.